Alright, so just gonna do a little vlog and a cold start. As you see, this car is super loud on the cold starts. Also super annoying during winter. It's almost as if the cold starts get even louder just because it takes, I don't know, the engine is colder, so it takes more to get it up to temperature. But the whole cold start thing is for, it's specifically to heat the catalytic converters up, but this car doesn't have it. Alright, we're off now, so this is normal. That's how the car sounds normally. I emailed ESS to actually take the cold start off because it's not really needed. At least I thought, and their reply was, "You take it off, we're taking off the warranty on your kit." I was like, oh shit. So I guess cars are stalling. I've had it happen once where you try to start the car and the car doesn't even start. You just press the start button and it just turns over once and then shuts off. So I guess it takes a lot to get the engine turned over, so that's why they leave the cold start in there, to give it that little extra fuel and air to get started. So headed to the gym right now. Just wanted to talk about the rod bearing service that I'm doing. So I do live in Las Vegas, and the issue with living in a smaller city, that's not really, you're dealing with a smaller population. You're not dealing with a lot of shops. You have like 1 or 2 shops in Vegas over here that will do the rod bearing service. And here's something that everyone needs to know about any car anything they're doing with any car, is that you don't want to go to a shop just because okay, so you go to a tuning shop they're specifically good at this or at this. So if you don't want to take in case this car, M3, you don't want to take it to like a regular Euro shop, because they're not even they don't really specialize in the rod bearing service, so you're actually gonna pay for them to learn. I'm not saying that they haven't done it before, but I got a quote from a shop here. I'm not gonna say who it was, but they wanted $3,000 for the labor only. And they're like, yeah, we have to do this, we have to do this. They threw an alignment on there. So what happened is I start calling the shops in California, because a lot of the shops in California are BMW M Performance. They deal specifically with all the upgrades in the car. And one of the shops that I'm gonna go to, it's SSR Performance, which I've already had a lot of friends go there, and they highly recommend them. And they do rod bearings same day. The shop in Vegas, they wanted 3 days to do the work, and on the invoice they actually threw an alignment in. They said, yeah, well, we're dropping the steering rack, so we're gonna need an alignment. Now I call SSR Performance, tell them, okay, this is the quote I got, and they said, I asked him, I was like, are you guys gonna also do the alignment? He's like, why do you need an alignment? He's like, oh, I don't know, I got a quote over here in Vegas, and they said, you're gonna need an alignment. So the guy's like, no, they're just trying to throw shit on. So, I mean, shit like that. I don't know if the shop knew that I had to do an alignment, or if they just thought, oh, we're touching that component, we just want to play it safe. But SSR Performance, which does a shitload of rod bearing services, specifically said you don't need an alignment. So, whatever. No alignment. So, it ends up being cheaper for me to drive down to California, to Orange County, and actually get this shit done. that's just what you deal with. Luckily with my job and how I have things set up, I work for myself. I basically make my own schedule, so I can do whatever I want. I have the liberty to, you know, drive the car down there and you know, get the shit done and make a vacation out of it. So I'm gonna go down there, stay down there. Might hit up a couple theme parks, do some stuff that I haven't done in a while. Go see the ocean. You know, I live in Vegas. It's all the same shit over here. I'm gonna go do all of that, and by the time I come back, I'm still gonna be cheaper than what I was quoted over here. And that, let me throw some prices out there. The average rod bearing service from my research is around $2,500. European Auto Source, I guess this is a promotion they're offering. Well, it's free install. I'm like, holy shit. So I end up, long story short, I end up tacking a couple extra mods on there, X-Pipe, this gauge, and the 625 kit, and I go ahead and I drop it off to them and fly back to Vegas. 3 days later, fly back, and boom, I'm supercharged for cheaper than what I got quoted over here in Vegas. So that's just what I have to deal with over here. It sucks. California's definitely, the car scene down there, the shops, everything's just way better. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna drive down there, get this shit done. I'm doing, like I said, ARP, bolts, BE bearings, and the motor mounts. Quick thing about the shifting on this car, that when the motor mounts are shot on a manual, when you're trying to shift close to red line, the engine is actually moving. So when the motor mounts are shot, the engine's moving way too much, so you're gonna miss shifts. So my second, whenever I'm shifting from second to third, it's a miss shift. It won't go in. It's just what happens is the gate it's moved so much that I can't even hit the shift. So that's an issue I've been having. I looked on the forums. They said, "Oh no, here's what you got to do. You got to change your oil in the transmission oil, blah blah." Which I'm still going to do that. I'm sure that's going to help clear it up. But the main issue and the real issue is actually going to be it's going to be the motor mounts, because the motor's going all over the place. It's super sloppy. So we're not hitting the shifts correctly. So that's what it is. My install is going to be around like I said, around 1900 with everything. That's oil, that's going to be the gaskets, that's going to be the bolts, that's going to be the bearings, which I haven't even heard of that price. I was expecting 2,500. I've seen everyone on YouTube 2,700. But you guys have to research your prices, and you have to see what's available to you. Will it cost more because I'm driving down there? I mean, you could look at it that way, but I live in Vegas. I always go to California, so it's already something that I was gonna do. So that's it. So I just got to the gym. That's gonna be it for today. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I need to still publish out there. A lot of people have questions about this supercharging kit. I want to do a review on that. And a lot of people think that it's unreliable, it's sketchy, it's this, blah, blah, blah. I need to put all those myths. It's a bunch of bullshit, so I'll let you guys know about that. And yeah, so that's it. Comment, subscribe. Let me know if you did rod bearings. What did you pay? And I'll see you guys later.